Hello and welcome back to another edition of Chill with Kaiju Kim. I'm Kaiju Kim. Hope you're all doing well on this lovely afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. So we're just going to jump right into it tonight. My guest is one of the fantastic people that have become my friends over this past year. She hosts the Roulette Podcast with her husband, and if you're familiar with monstrosities, you know that she is a fellow member of Team Savage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Lora Fitkin.
What's happening?
How's it going?
Oh, we got Rainy here too.
Yay, Rainy, you made it. Thank you for waking up. All the way from Australia.
Oh, time zones are stupid. Or is this like, what day is it for you right now?
Whoa. And we all got Toku Punk Productions and Bitore and Goji. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Hello. So, how are you, Laura? Looks like you moved to Iowa?
Yes. I'm in the Midwest now. I'm a little closer. I'm just kind of moving slowly over, but yeah.
Yes. One day you'll move to
be like
New Jersey. One day we'll be in the same time zone.
Like so. No. Yeah, that's. I think that's why I kept messaging him like, what time? Because I'm so used to like being on the West Coast, where I'm just like, I just don't want to show up like 2 hours late because I'm just not used to this time zone stuff yet.
So how do you like Iowa compared to Vegas? I know you lived in Iowa when you were younger. But...
It's different. Like it's green here, which is what I missed. It is kind of weird because like I don't know if it's everywhere or just everything's been closing a lot earlier because they don't have staff for everything. So I don't know if that's like a thing everywhere, but it's kind of weird because it's like 8 o'clock and everything's shut down. We're supposed to like living in Vegas. Everything is just like all the time. So it's just like, it's kind of weird. It's just like, oh, everything's closed and it's dark. But yeah, I like it here. I missed it. My family, some of my family's here. We're all kind of spread out, but my parents are here. And then my family has a popcorn farm. And so I've been helping out with that.
Ooh, fun.
So I'm starting to farm again. So that's what I do during the day. I sit in a tractor all day and take corn in, and then it's in a different flow from the hospital than I had before.
Wow, interesting. All right. Hey, Professor Kaiju, what's going on? And Madison Russell, how's it going?
Oh, nice.
Yay. We have people in the chat. All right, so let's get rolling with the conversation.
I wasn't worried. We didn't need anybody. It's fine. Nice that they're here, though.
All right, cool. So let's get rolling. So you've seen my show before. You know I like to start off with 3 questions that I ask everybody. What got you into Godzilla? What's your favorite Godzilla movie? I already know your answer to that one. And what's your favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
Oh, I was going to like tease you and be like, I just really like dinosaurs, Kim.
I had a feeling you were going to do something like that.
Like, no. I'm trying to remember. I've always that's one of those things where it's like it's always kind of been a part of my life. It's weird to think that it's like this giant man in a lizard suit. It's always kind of been a factor. But like I think I have an older brother. I think he's like 6 years older than I am, and so he rented one of the movies to like make fun of. And then I was just like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And so we would rent I think there was 5 at the video store where we would just like rotate through those. And like my non-internet self kind of thought that like those were the only 5 in existence. Like I'm like, oh yeah, there's not 30 more. And then I found out later, I'm like, oh no. Like,
what have I been missing?
I was like, I misunderstood. Yeah. So it's just like I only had I think and my favorite one is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, but like I think that was my first one that I owned. Like I remember I had the chicken pox and I had that one, and there was like a VHS combo pack where I think it was like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and I think the other one was Gigan. And so it's like I just for 2 weeks of having the chicken pox, I just like watched those over and over and over again. So like I just randomly came across it, and then that was pretty much it. It was love at first, man in lizard suit and man in fluffy dog suit, kaiju monster. And then what was is non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't watch too many. Like I guess Pacific Rim. Probably have to say that one, the first one.
Okay.
Because it wasn't only till like recently or maybe like I haven't watched Diamond in a long time, but I remember really liking that one. Like the first. I'm trying to remember the difference between the first, like the three of them, but yeah, I never really watched a lot of them. Like I watched Mothra. It always just felt like I was watching a Godzilla movie, and then Godzilla never showed up. Like I was just kind of like, just kind of waiting. I was just like, okay. Like I remember the first time I watched it was 84. I just kept waiting for that other monster to show up because I remember when I was little, I just kind of randomly found that at Blockbuster, and so I'm just like watching this, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. When's that other monster coming? And it was just like, I remember not really liking that movie. There's no other monster code up, and it kind of like followed with me forever. But yeah, I guess probably Pacific Rim. I guess what's yours? I'm trying to remember. Your favorite non-kaiju?
I think it was probably a Gamera film of some sort, Guardian of the Universe.
I do I was revisiting those recently, and I realized I did not appreciate them as much as I should have because I think. I kept comparing them to like when I think I started watching them like when the Millennium ones started coming out. So I was just comparing them like equally. And I realized I'm like, oh no, these came out like back when, because those are like, is it mid 90s? Is that when those started coming out?
Yeah. Guardian of the Universe came out 95. So yeah, like it's like mid 90s.
Oh yeah. So there would have been like, I kept thinking like, oh, this should be like Godzilla 2000 level. And I'm like, no, this is like Destroyer level. Like I shouldn't be comparing it to that. So yeah, I have a different appreciation for those now. So I might have to rewatch them again. I'll make my husband watch them or something. Like, here's the giant turtle. I'm gonna watch the giant turtle movie.
Yeah, Gamera's a good boy. Hello, Kasaibo F29 Popcorn Farm.
I mean, it doesn't grow on trees. It grows in the ground.
Yeah.
It's we have microwave popcorn, and then my dad sells popped popcorn, and yeah, it's a weird thing that it's always been like Godzilla. Being a popcorn farmer has always been there for me as well.
Awesome. From Rainy. At first you're like, I have so many Godzilla movies to watch, but then it becomes there aren't enough Godzilla movies to watch.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. All right. What's going on, Godzilla Train 1090? How's it going? Thanks for coming. All right, so let's get into our topic for tonight: amusement parks, or more specifically, Godzilla amusement parks. So let's start off with amusement parks in general. What are your feelings on amusement parks?
I love amusement parks. We were talking about this a little bit before, but like one of the things I was sad about moving was that I was going to be less than 4 hours away from Universal Studios, and it hurt me on the inside because I think it was like every 3 months we'd go to Universal Studios. Like I love that one. I'm not so much of a. I'm just probably gonna hurt you. I'm not a big Disney person. Like, I was like, I'm sorry.
Get out.
I was like,
Dream over. You're canceled.
I don't know if it's just because we never really watched a lot of them, but I watched a lot of like Land Before Time and like Fievel Goes West. Is it Bluth? Don Bluth?
Yeah, that's Don Bluth.
Yeah, I watched a lot of those when I was younger, so I don't know if it's just some of the Disney movies just didn't hit for some reason. But yeah, I'm more a Universal Studios fan. Like I love all of those movies, and then my husband loves video games, and I do to a certain extent. So the fact that they're having all of the Nintendo stuff coming to both of the parks here in America, I'm very excited about, because it's like I could go hang out with Mario and Donkey Kong and what is the other ones we're gonna do? Yeah, like, and I was gonna say Sonic, but that's not right. But yeah, it's just like I could go hang out. But yeah, I love amusement parks. I miss them. I haven't been to one in a while. I was like, guys. So that's why I was very excited. We could plan our own Godzilla amusement park, and I could live vicariously through ourselves and just pretend.
Yeah, we're going to develop a hypothetical Godzilla amusement park tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. And so, what kind of rides are you into? Do you like the really fast go upside down rides, or do you just like the slow rides where there's like cool animatronics and stuff like that?
I mean, I liked a little bit of everything. Like, I like to have a good, well-rounded park. I think you have to have everything. I'm trying to think of my favorite ride because I really do like. I don't know if you've ever heard of. There's like Cedar Point is a roller coaster park. It's in Ohio.
I think
It's essentially just all roller coasters. And so like I went there when I was younger and it was amazing, but it's like after 4 hours of just like straight roller coasters, you're like, I'm sick. And I don't know if I can do this anymore. You gotta like break it up a little bit. So I was just like, I think like the Harry Potter ride at Universal Studios is pretty good. Like it's a little bit of both. Like it's the dark 3D ride, but has a little bit of roller coaster stuff in it. So I think, or like the Mummy, the Mummy at Universal Studios is probably one of my favorite rides too. So I like a little bit of both. I'm not. I mean, if I'm gonna go on a roller coaster, it's got to be kind of fast. Like I'm not gonna just go on like the little bumper cars or anything like that.
Yeah, like I'll go on roller coasters that are like fast, but I'm kind of a wuss. I don't like rides that go upside down, and I don't like rides that go like straight all the way up to the heavens and then you plummet down. Like,
yeah.
I hate that. I hate that so much. That feeling you get in your stomach, I don't like it.
Oh, where you feel like it's like 20 feet above you and you're like, wait, no.
like no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But like, oh, come back. Oh, yes. Yeah, so I guess we'd have to, how are we gonna like, is this gonna be like a Disneyland like theme style? Like how big are we going with our Godzilla park?
I don't know. I was thinking pretty big, maybe.
Because I was thinking we could do it by like each area was an era. Like it'd be like, you go to the Showa Park, you go to like the Heisei Park or the Rainbow.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't think of that. That's a brilliant idea.
So then you can make like the more kiddie park, the Showa Park, and this is like it's got the like. I just imagine there'd be one ride that looks like that fish thing from Megalon, like in the beginning.
Oh
like,
yeah.
That's gotta be one of the boat rides. It's just you and the fish.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm trying to think what else there'd be, and then obviously we have to steal that zip line from Shin, like the Shin Godzilla zip line.
Mm-hmm. We gotta have that in there. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what else there could be. I mean, I was even thinking about this all day. It was a fun exercise to be like, what can we turn into rides? Because there's even, I wonder what to the, because they're in an amusement park in Hedora, aren't they?
And oh yeah, they were, but it wasn't like Godzilla themed.
Yeah, because like, that would be amazing.
I mean, like the kid sees Godzilla, like when he gets to the top of the thing, like you see like a blob that's supposed to be Godzilla.
Oh, that's right. It just looks like they like cut it out of the frame.
Like, oh crap, we forgot to add Godzilla in the scene. Let's draw it in really quick.
Insert image later. We're like, wait a minute, we forgot. Oh, that would be fun. You could have like a fun game. Like I'm trying to remember, like what is it in Disney? Like the Buzz Lightyear where you shoot, you could have that, but you're shooting little Hedoras. And like, I'm trying to think what else you could have. All the little kiddie rides. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all the different food. There'd be so many different types of food everywhere. Like that's the coolest part about, like, especially if you're an adult and you're like, I'm good on these rides, but I'm like, I want the weird food. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like a monorail that looks like the one that he's like holding in that, what is it, the movie cover. What else could there be? You could probably just have a dark ride for every movie. Like you just have it like the Epcot ride, but just going through all of the different history of Godzilla.
That's also a good idea. And from Kasaiba, Showa monsters in costume to greet and hug. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Be the closest that Godzilla could be to Disney princess. He's just like hanging out.
Yeah, like come meet Godzilla at like, Tokyo Tower.
That would be perfect. That would be the castle. It'd just be Tokyo Tower or Mount Fuji. One of those things. Oh
yeah, Mount Fuji.
We could have a Matterhorn, but instead of the Matterhorn, it's Mount Fuji. Like going in and out.
Beautiful. Let's see. What else? We're kind of jumping ahead in the conversation, but that's okay.
We're excited about theme parks and stuff.
I know it's so good. All right, so speaking of mascots, did you like taking pictures with like mascots and stuff like when you were a kid? No. Yeah, no.
I'm guessing that.
I mean, I never really took pictures with mascots. So like the only time I can remember was like I was 6 years old. We were at Six Flags. Six Flags Great Adventure. I took a picture with Marvin the Martian, and I think I was like crying or something because a bug had flew into my eye beforehand. So I was like, but he was like trying to like hug me and make me laugh and stuff. I think I also met the Animaniacs too. That was good.
Oh, that would be nice. I think there was like always a part of me that knew that wasn't like what I associated with as a child. Like I'm trying to remember, like we had Showbiz. I don't know if that's everywhere. Is Chuck E. Cheese everywhere? Like Showbiz, like the pizza place where they for birthday parties. I don't know if that's.
I know of a Chuck E. Cheese. I think there's one still open near me.
Because there's one by ours, but I remember when I was a kid, like there would be like the animatronic dance show with one, and then there was the person walking around, and I'm like, there can't be two of the same person. Like that's how my brain worked as a child. I'm like, there can't be two. Like what
do you mean? There's two. Someone's lying to me.
Yeah, so I'm just like I didn't. I was not the child that enjoyed that.
Like what? You had a realistic brain as a child. What's wrong with you?
No. I don't know if really it worked differently than other children, or I'm just like, no, that doesn't make sense.
No.
That does not compute. I was just like, and I think I remember explaining it to my mom, but I'm like, there's one there and there's one here, and she's just like, just take a picture with
just go with it. Just go along with it.
I paid for you to eat cake and eat pizza, and it was just like, I want to go in the ball pit, but you're making me hug with his mouse. Yeah, so but it's funny, like my husband, like because he was raised in Vegas, so they're closer to Disneyland, so they have more memories of like having their picture taken with these people. So it's funny, like every time we go back, his mom makes him and his brother go see the same ones, so they have like pictures from like different years with the same characters, and I'm just like, but it's just funny because we have to like go find these obscure, like, because they don't always have Chip and Dale there, so it's just like a hunt to find Chip and Dale so my husband could take a picture with them, because he did when he was like 4. Just like, this is a weird tradition that we have to find these furry people in furry creatures. Yeah.
Godzilla train. Gotta have Godzilla Tower.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
You gotta have the Godzilla Tower, absolutely.
I mean, there is that whole, what is that? Because that's Gigan, right? Where they're just trying to what is that? Is it Children's Land? Is that
it's Fun Land, Children's Land.
That's a weird one.
It's a weird movie.
Been recently revisiting some of the Showa ones that I kind of like, oh yeah, I've seen all of them, and I'm like, I think I've only seen this one once, and I'm like, this is a weird movie with a lot of weird like
yeah, I was like that too. I was watching all of the Godzilla movies when we first got into quarantine, and I was watching Godzilla versus Gigan. I'm like, this movie's weird.
Like, they're wearing like the suits of dead people. Like no one ever like thinks about that. Like, and then like, why are they doing that, and why have they not aged? And like, yeah, there was a lot about that. But yeah, and then I still don't know what is their name, Tomoko. I'm like, is that his sister, or is that his girlfriend, or his manager? I'm like, I don't understand.
She's just there. I don't know who she is.
That's like your outfit, though. That's all I remember.
Hey, Valerie, World Children's Land.
That's what it was. See, between the both of us, we had her right.
There we go. Thanks for coming in, Valerie. Good to see you. From your husband, Chip and Dale.
Rescue Range, yeah. Like that's one of my favorite parts of like the Disneyland that's in California is like they have Toonland. I don't remember what it's called in Disney World, but it has like the Roger Rabbit ride and then the Rescue Rangers roller coaster.
There was a Roger Rabbit ride?
Yes. I'll show you the video. It's amazing. It's one of those ones where you sit in it and you can like spin it to make it go faster. And
like a teacup type thing.
Yeah, but then it goes through a story of like, I'm trying to remember what the story is, but yeah, it's kind of weird because it just like Toonland in California seems like it's like pushed off to the back, and they're like, no one talks about this area. But yeah, it has like all of the Rescue Rangers, and I can't remember what else is back there. There's Rescue Rangers and Roger Rabbit are the only things I can think of. That's Gadget, yeah. Oh yeah, because it's Gadget's coaster is the name of the coaster, and she was always my favorite Rescue Ranger.
From Toku Punk, I'm gonna be the bad guy once again for the stream. Laura's gonna hate me. All my love, ever since I was a little kid, I've hated amusement parks. Yes. You just hate everything, don't you, Toku Punk?
That must be sad. I hate the thing that literally says amusement in the name. Like, no, it's bad. I guess it would depend, like, what you were raised next to. Because, like, if you didn't really have any amusement parks next to you, you'd probably just be sad that you couldn't go to, like, Disney World or... Because how far is Six Flags from you?
Wow, I don't even remember. It's maybe like an hour and some change.
Because it seems like there's, like, a Six Flags within, like, 2 hours of everyone. Like, we have... Like, right now, there's, like, a... Adventureland is a very small, like, it's like half the size of a Six Flags, and it's like 40 minutes away. But then in, I think, Minnesota, like by the Mall of America, we could go to like the other Six Flags, like the actual Six Flags, and go to the real park. But yeah, I would imagine if you're somewhere where that's not close by, that would just be sad.
Yeah. I remember going to this place called Playland when I was a kid. Didn't have any mascots or anything, but yeah, it was a fun time.
Was that like the indoor playground type place?
No, it was like an amusement park, but without it's like a downscaled Disney park basically. Without people walking around in costumes and stuff.
Yeah, that's what ours like. Because the one here is like it's only open in like the summertime because obviously it snows and you don't want to go on the roller coaster. But I think it had like a Wild West theme because that was cheaper because they didn't have to like keep updating it. So it's just like,
That was fun. All right. So, have you spent an absurd amount of money on souvenirs and food when you went to Universal or whatever?
We spent the most at Disneyland because we went there. The last time we were there is when they had just opened Star Wars Land, and like I don't really like Star Wars, but my husband does. Yeah, I'm not.
My fiance would be so sad to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I love like 4, 5, and 6. Like those are good movies. It's just those aren't what Star Wars are anymore. So
the other movies don't exist.
Yeah, it's just like we can pretend, but it's to the point now where it's like there's way more not good than good at this point. That's kind of like I think I just saw somebody say like Jurassic Park, where I'm like, I haven't even seen the most recent Jurassic Park. Yeah. But it's like, I
went on the Jaws one. The Jaws one was pretty cool. I don't know if I went on the Jurassic Park one. It's been so long since I've been to Universal Studios.
It's the one where he like flips out at the end when you're going down, and it's the water ride because it's the same of both. So you're in like a boat that looks kind of like the Jeep, and then maybe when you are
I don't think I've been on that one.
Yeah,
I should have because I love Jurassic Park more than I like Jaws.
Yeah. Well, that's hard because like the Jaws one, probably when you went on the Jaws one, isn't just the Jaws ride; it's the backlot tour.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're on a part of that, then like I'm trying to remember the one because I haven't been to the one in Florida in a long time, but I remember they're both kind of the same thing. But essentially, it's like you drive through on this like little trolley thing, and then it's like the flooding scene from what is that one where they like you like drive onto this lot, and all of a sudden it just like pours down, and then you could drive down, and then it's like the little lake scene from Jaws, and it's like, oh no, it's coming out of the water, and then it like comes out of the water, and like, yeah, we're gonna go back on to where they like. It was funny for us because when we did it, it was that like weird Jaws, like oh no, and then it was where they filmed was it Bad Housewives or what is it was the, it's not like the like Real Housewives show, but it was like the like the
Desperate Housewives?
Yes. It's like so we went from like Jaws to like this is Asteria Lane where they filmed Desperate Housewives. We're like, this is a weird tour. Like I like it. It was weird. And then we went from that to like the Fast and Furious ride. Did you go on the Kong ride?
I did.
I was like, I wonder if they've changed that to reflect like the MonsterVerse Kong or if it's still because I think it was.
I don't think they should change. I don't think they should change it. I think they should keep it the same. We can have a MonsterVerse Kong ride at our theme park, though.
Yes, that is true. Oh, yes, that would be perfect. We could even have like a live show where it's like Kong getting out.
Oh yeah, that would be.
They have like a stunt show, and you're like, oh no, he's broken free, and then it smells like bananas because that was the thing that they had at the Universal thing. Like it smells like bananas. Yeah. Oh, it's Skull Island now, not Peter Jackson. I was trying to remember. We just went on it.
Look, see, you made my fiance cry.
Like I said, 4, 5, and 6, good movies. Love those movies. And then it's just like, but yeah, but that's why we spent so much money is when we went to Disneyland. My husband's like, well, we want we both got lightsabers. And it was just like this weird thing where it's just like we had to pick which ones we wanted. But like my favorite memory of that is like there was this like it was like an adult man and his wife, and he had just done like the experience where you build the lightsaber, and like we could tell he just wanted to tell somebody, but he was just like, look at my lightsaber, like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And his wife was just like,
good for you.
Yeah, I was like, I can understand, like, it would be hard to like just get out of that and be like, I don't have anybody to tell, but he was just like, he was all excited because he'd made it after like Samuel L. Jackson's lightsaber, and he'd added all this other stuff on there, and his wife was just like, this is my husband, this grown man, this is my husband. But yeah, that was So I liked Star Wars Land, but yeah, it was just.
I think it was Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
in Disney World. Yeah, we went there when I went to Disney World a couple months back. It was a lot of fun. I loved Rise of the Resistance. That was amazing.
I think that ride's open there because I'm trying to remember. At the one in California, there's only 2 rides, and one of them is like, I don't think you're in the Millennium Falcon, but it's the one where there's like, I think it's either 6 or 4 people, and you're all like as a group controlling a ship.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's what was the name of that? We went on that one too, actually. That was fun.
Because I think you're in the Millennium Falcon, aren't you? Isn't that what the
was it?
Like you get, but the one that you're talking about was not open yet when we had went there. So I think it's open now.
Well, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the other one that you're talking about because we did go on that one too. Honey, if you're still in the chat, help me out.
Like, just like let the force be like, come on, it's this fun, yeah. But yeah, I mean it was fun. It reminded me of like kind of what I wanted from a theme park, where it's just like this is really cool. Like there's all these different things, and it's like it reminded me of like we've like watched a lot of videos of like people going through the Japanese Mario Universal place, and I'm just like, it looks cool. It looks like what you want. Like that looks like Star Wars, and that looks like Mario. I'm like, I want that. Like I don't care about like even if the ride is subpar. I'm like, I just want to walk into some place and be like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna punch this cube and it's Mario. It's just like I don't. Like that's what we need in our Godzilla park. You need to feel like you walked into. I don't even know. That's kind of a weird thing to do with Godzilla. I guess each park would have to be like you feel like you walked into the Showa era and then the Heisei era, and you could buy little Biolantes that look like the little Harveys from or the Audreys.
The Audreys.
Yeah, read me.
Read me.
Oh, Tower Terror. Yeah, that's right. Tower Terror is now Guardians.
Yeah. I will never go on Tower of Terror. You can't pay me $1 million to go on Tower of Terror.
Oh, it's always funny because like when we go with his family, his mom hates rides like that, but for some reason she always forgets that Tower of Terror is bad. Like she's always like, oh yeah, like there's a show and then it's bad, and so we can always get her to go on Tower of Terror and then like the water ride because she's just like, oh yeah, like it's not bad, and then she just screams and she yells at us afterward like, why did you go? I can't believe you got me on here. It's just like every year we do this.
Like, do you at least warn her like you don't like this ride? Remember?
I gave up because they never believed me. But none of his family remembers things, and they're like, no, I'm pretty sure it's like this. It's like, okay, let's have fun with this. Okay. Just laughing in the back in the picture, and they're all just screaming. I'm like, that's right. This is why we do this every year.
Yeah. From Bitore Ngoji, there should be an attraction like Rise of the Resistance, but you explore the Hollow Earth in a heave for Monarch. Ooh.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like
that would be cool.
But yeah. I don't. That would make. I guess we'd have to have like a MonsterVerse land.
Yeah, or Monster Island section.
Yes,
like that's what the train's in. But yeah, back to the Rise of the Resistance thing. Like I was thinking maybe we could do something like that for our hypothetical theme park. Like they did something similar to that at Comic-Con 2013. I wasn't there, but my fiance was. It was like before we got to know each other really well, but he knew I was into Godzilla, so he told me about it. Where he got this poster.
Oh, Is that the one where he's kind of like made out of buildings?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. That one's cool.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a special poster to me because that's the first thing he ever got for me.
Aww. Was that like before you were dating where you're like, this guy's being cute?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
oh, he knows I like Godzilla, so he got
it's a simple and you're like, okay, this is easy. She likes the giant rubber suit.
Oh, right, she likes a giant lizard. All right, cool.
Like, that's my it. That's my it.
But yeah, at Comic-Con 2013, they had this thing to promote the G14 film, like where you go into this elevator and then you're like under attack by Godzilla or something. You like see him pass by. I think that would be really cool, like, you know, to have that available.
Like to shake when his feet come down. That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that? Oh yeah. So I guess somebody else did the same thing too at San Diego Comic-Con.
All right, Control Mogra and Mechagodzilla.
That would be cool. That would be like the Millennium Falcon ride that we can't think of the name of. Like,
yeah.
They'll be like put the helmets on and have to. Oh, it could be. What is it? Mechagodzilla 2, where they have to like shoot the
freaking what's it called? Yeah, G Crusher. That's what that was called. G Crusher. That I can remember the name of, but I can't remember of the ride I was on 2 months ago.
That's how our brains work. That's great. We're just like, I can remember stupid things from a long time ago, but I'm like, did I eat earlier?
I can't even remember what I had for breakfast.
I'm sure it was good. It's fine.
It was good.
Yes, that would be great.
Manila's ride should be the kiddie ride in the back of the park that nobody goes on because it looks rusty and gross.
And it would have like him being like, you have to be this tall to ride it. And it just has crazy eyes on him. It's like, no, I'm good.
And he has to talk like this. And the Godzilla has to tell me to fight my own battles, you know.
I'm gonna do the safety video. And it always turns into Goofy. Every time I try to do Manila, it just turns into Goofy.
Yeah, because he's a goofy character. He looks like Godzilla. From Professor Kaiju, you could have a horizontal drop, and it's the Halo drop from 2014.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go on it because, like I said earlier, I don't like that. I'm like, no.
I'll film the TikTok. I'll just have that music in the background for you.
Thank you.
Like,
Oh no.
I don't like the ones where just straight up. Like, I like the roller coaster because at least you get some other stuff out of it. But yeah, I don't really like the ones where they're just like, It's just like,
yeah, it's like, why are you doing this to me?
And then it never drops the whole way. It always just like goes kind of up and down. So
why? Like, I get like some people like that feeling in their stomach, but I don't understand it. No.
Like, yeah.
But like, what kind of food have you gotten at like Universal Studios or Disney?
We did like, I'm trying to remember. There's like, and they had just redone a lot of the Jurassic Park stuff to be more toward. Is it World? Is that the one that had just come out?
Jurassic World. What year are we talking about?
Well, because I think it's like they were just trying to update it. It was weird because at Universal California, they tried to update everything to the most modern Jurassic Park movie. But then for some reason, they kind of like went back again. And so they had like branded everything for that. But then they changed everything back to being like Mos Eisley's, the original island, like the original park. They were like tailoring everything.
Isla Nublar?
Yeah. So they were tailoring everything to be back to that. So then you could go eat at like the same place that you could eat at from the movie. But they had like the most amazing tiki drinks there. So we have all of the, they're all packed up. We have like there's like 5 glasses that look like Jurassic Park tiki drinks that we got from there. And then I'm trying to remember the other food. Like all the Harry Potter food was pretty good. Like it's one of those things where like the food is never like good food, but it's cool food. If that makes any sense. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's some good food at least in Hollywood Studios at Disney. At least when we were there, we were at the Galaxy's Edge section and we got Ronto wraps.
Oh,
yeah, it's like the roasted pork with grilled pork sausage and sauce and some slaw, and it was like in a pita. That was good. I liked that. And I washed it down with a Tatooine Sunset, I think was the name of the drink. It was like lemonade and iced tea and something else mixed together.
Oh, that sounds... Yeah, that was one of the things that we were kind of bummed out we didn't get to do. Is like you had to make an appointment to go to like... Even if you didn't want to like drink the alcoholic drinks, you had to make an appointment to go to the bar part there. And the only one we could get was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's just like, yeah, I don't want to go to Disneyland at 8 o'clock in the morning and then like try all age drinks and then do something like it just...
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time.
Like I don't know why anybody else would pick this time. So yeah, we didn't really get to do a lot of the food. Let me turn this off. But yeah, so it's just like I wish we could have done more of that. And like I was really like on the Dole Whip that's at what is that part of? Is it Adventureland? That or like where the Indiana Jones ride is in Disney?
Yeah, I think it's Adventureland. Yeah.
So it's like the Dole Whip's really good. And then when we went there, it was like Halloween time because that's why we were saying where it was like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So they had like Halloween themed food that was really good. But yeah, I mean like the Harry Potter food was good, but it was like it looked really cool and it tasted like butterbeer. But it's like I've had better chicken other places.
I mean, what do you expect? And then they charge you an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah.
Pack your own lunch, folks. Well, funnel cake is the best fair food. Yes. Amen. I agree. 100%.
That is my favorite.
I love me some funnel cake.
Yeah. I think one of the times we went to Disneyland, it's like I had the funnel cake and it just looked like it was just like covered in powdered sugar because like we waited forever to get one and I kept telling like, these are really good. It's just like, so I just like was so excited to eat it. It was just like covered in powdered sugar everywhere. I'm like, it's fine. It was good though. It's all that matters. It's like the funnel cake. And then like my brother-in-law, my husband's brother always wants to get like the turkey leg. Like that's the thing he always has to get. Oh
yeah, that giant turkey leg.
It's like that's for some reason tastes like bacon. Yeah. Oh yeah, the green milk. I think that was something we didn't try either. There was like the green milk and the blue milk.
Yeah, it's just milk with food coloring in it. No, I mean,
I think somebody said there's like flavor. Like one of them tasted like melon or something. But I'm like, I can't drink milk, so I wasn't gonna dare drink that at Disneyland.
Rodan legs.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Instead of turkey legs, it's Rodan legs. Those would be huge. like how big could those be? Like, not be
imagine like the Flintstones, like you just like have it on the side of the big rib thing. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else they had it like. Because we were talking to Kaiju Noir, and he's got like the grenade Coca-Cola things that he has from like the Disneyland Star Wars, like the red bottle. I was just like, there's a lot of cool stuff there that I wish probably would have bought more of that interesting things. But yeah, I just want to go back.
Manila's signature meal is something put in the microwave so it comes out soggy and sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's just a bologna and cheese sandwich, just like
it's just a sad sandwich. I'll have the Manila, please. Okay.
Right.
It's just this gross, soggy sandwich with moldy bread. Oh, we would get sued if we sold something like that. We'd be shut down. The health department would come and was like, "What is this? It's a Manila. Would you like to try it?" Oh dear God! I'll throw a twin egg breakfast.
That would be good. It'd have to be like the blue and yellow. Like you could work the eggshell into it somehow. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I was like, now I'm hungry. I'm gonna have to eat after this.
I don't have dinner yet. I usually eat dinner after my stream.
Get some pizza or something. You're like, You're like, what time is it?
Order from DoorDash, or more like go outside to get your food because they don't know how to read the instructions and look for an apartment number dash. Anyway, back to this.
I was so frustrated. Like we lived in Vegas. Like I don't know what it was about our house, but they could never find it. It's just like it's not hidden. It's not like a magical address. Like they'd be just driving around, be like, I'd have to walk out and be like, the
Oh
whole
my
point of
God.
this was
Like, last time I ordered from DoorDash, I literally I messaged the Dasher specific instructions. Like, okay, it's behind the sign that says some apartments. Then, and my apartment number is, and then she responded, okay. Okay, so I was like, okay, like, all right, she got the message. All right. I look out the window and she passes my apartment. I'm like, where are you going?
Because I love that you can see them on the map and you're just like, nope. Like,
I'm just like, so I call this poor fool, and I'm just like, hi.
Excuse me.
Hi. Yes, I can see your car. You have passed my apartment. So I'll just be over here. I was waving. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, because ours is, I'd be like, you take a left, and then you take a left, and it's right there, and they'd just be like, and it was funny because we actually got to know our one neighbors because they always kept getting our food. Like, they were like two neighbors. Like, we randomly started talking to our one neighbor because they brought our stuff over enough, and it was like this cool nerdy guy that had just bought a DeLorean. And it was just like, so we talked to him for a while. But it's just like, I guess if it wasn't for the fact that DoorDash couldn't, or ours is Uber Eats, that was the big thing. That was big in Vegas. It's like, because we couldn't directions. Like,
well, they don't know how to direction.
Like, they don't do this.
You had one job. All right.
I realize that people can't tell you the right directions like a regular Uber, but come on,
guys. All right, we got a little bit off topic. All right, back to amusement parks now. Ooh, Spiga cotton candy or Kumunga. Do you like cotton candy?
I mean, it's just sugar. Like,
it's literally just food color dyed sugar with cotton. It's cotton ball, food coloring, and sugar. That's all cotton candy is. Aww. But the kids seem to like it, so sure, why not?
Did you ever see the video of the raccoon that like washes his cotton candy?
Apparently, it's called fairy floss in Australia. See, that sounds so much.
Yeah, that sounds way better. Yeah, I want.
I'm gonna call cotton candy fairy floss from now on.
That sounds magical.
It is.
Like, magical. I don't want to eat cotton.
Like, no, like, eat cotton. It tastes weird. Like, I had it when I was a kid. It tasted weird.
Like, I thought this would taste like candy. Like, no.
I'm like, no, it tastes like cotton. That's the name. Oh, good Lord.
Mothra's twins, fairy floss. That would be good. Fairy floss. You could do laser tag where you're. Oh no.
Oh no.
I feel like if you do laser tag, it has to be like the destroy a laser tag. Like, it has to be like you're trying to shoot the vortex thing from the Aliens ripoff scene. Or no, it's Aliens ripoff and
yeah.
94.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I think he's just doing 74 because he knows that's my favorite and he's trying to be good.
So if we were to have like a ride centered around 74, like what would it be? Like, I'm sure King Shisa would be involved in it somehow.
Yeah, I would imagine it'd have to be like a cave. Like, I feel like it could be like in the was it I can never say it right, Geogusen, because that's a real place. The Geogusen cave. Because one of the things is, like, I've been doing a lot of like Okinawan research, and I've never realized how much about that movie is just very tailored around every aspect of Okinawa. Like, it kind of reminds me of like those old like, I'm trying to remember some of, like, there'd be like that trope in like old 50s movies where like we go to Hawaii because like that's when it became a state. So it'd be like Elvis goes to Hawaii, and there was like, I think even I know it's later, but like the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii. But it's like, I feel like 74 is Godzilla going to Hawaii, where it's just like he's going to this cool island vacation place, and they took the ferry there, and then they're going to go to Geogusen Cave and go, like, even that place where Caesar's supposed to sleep is like a historical beach. So just like, I feel like it'd have to be some sort of cave ride where you're going into like, it could essentially be that last part of the movie where they're trying to go like thwart their plans, and you have to throw your pipe on either end of the console to make everything go. a rhyme, but yes. For me, it'd have to have the song in there, but yeah, I think that would be fun because that movie's like kind of like a caper movie where it's just like they have the thing, like it kind of reminds me of like an Indiana Jones movie, so it could kind of be something like that where they're like, we got this statue, we gotta keep it safe by throwing it off the side of a bridge. So yeah, I feel like it'd have to be like a cave dark ride of thwarting the evil monkey
with the Caesar song playing the whole time.
The whole time. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm sure I know a lot of other people don't like that song, but I'm like, I love that song.
It's a good song. I don't know what people are saying. They're just being negative.
Have you ever? So one of the things my husband got to me, like he started getting into vinyl records, so he found like there's like a Godzilla set of vinyl records, and so they have a cover of that song, but it's like this like jazzy jazz club remix of it.
Interesting.
It sounds really cool. Like you feel like when you're listening to it, you can just like see the lady like leaning on the piano and some guys playing, and you're just like, yeah. I'll just see if I can find it for you. But it's like it just sounds like it's just like you feel like you're just in this like dark smoke filled club, and there's this like lady like just standing next to the piano, and this guy's playing it. You're just like, this is cool.
And no, she's not standing next to the piano. She's laying
I was
on
gonna
the
say
piano.
that. I was like, she's just like. And like the lady from the Smog Master is just like warming up in the background, getting ready to come on. But yeah, it's like it's a good mix of that song. But yeah, it's just like it's such a weird thing to love a weird movie that came out way before you're born that has like a furry dog monster and a giant man in a rubber suit. But I'm like, I'll go with it.
Yeah, it's a good time for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the kind of mascots we would have at our hypothetical theme park. Obviously, we'd have the Toho Big Five, and we'd have Caesar because
it's like
because of course he's a good boy.
And, I mean, if we have each park, you could have everybody.
Yeah,
and then you could have like Toho having like people. What is it? Like you could have seasonal events where it's just like, oh yeah, we got like Ultraman for Christmas, or like
oh yeah,
or like Gamera for like springtime. And like you could have like these cool events where you just bring in these other cool people, and like or Damajin just randomly comes in, like tell you about Earth Day.
That would
be Twin Fairies, yeah. I feel like the Twin Fairies would be like walking around as well. Like they'd be.
Oh yeah, of course. Singing. And like and then around Christmas time, instead of a Christmas tree, it would be a Biollante tree.
Yes. Or it'd be like that one gift that everybody that's a Godzilla fan gets sent every year, where it's just this tree. That's just like I know.
Well, like yes, I know it exists. Thank you.
Like I think the thing is,
it's cool, but I've seen it. Thank you. All right, let's see. What kind of merch would we sell? Like just like basic Godzilla merch or whatever?
It'd have to. I'm trying to think. There would be like plushies of everything, which would be really cool because there's really not a lot of that. Well, there's a lot now, but like there wasn't a lot of the other movies. So there'd be like plushies, and then I'm trying to. There's always like the pop. Like one of my favorite things from like Universal Japan is like they always do like the really cool like popcorn buckets. Like there's the one that's like the. When they did a lot of like the Eva Godzilla stuff, there's like the Eva head, and then there's like the Eva Mecha Godzilla head, like that you could eat popcorn out of. So you'd have to have like you could have the Mecha Godzilla head from 76, where like he'd ripped it off. You just like eat popcorn out of that.
Nice. Ooh, a virtual reality Super X experience. That would be cool.
Well, we could have like a history thing where like you think you're going back in time, but then you have to go back in time and release the Dorats.
Oh yeah.
You think you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna use this technology to show you dinosaurs, and then like some like shady lady with like a little furry thing just is like, yeah.
Like what's in the bag? Don't worry about it.
They'll cheer us up in case we get lost. You're like, no, I don't believe you.
We gotta have Dorat plushies. Someone get me a Dorat plushie.
I'm surprised I never made those. Like, there's so many things where I'm just like,
why didn't you capitalize on this?
Why are you making hot sauce and all this other stuff when it's just like,
oh my god, I want to try the Godzilla coffee. But it's like $50. It's $50 for 3 boxes, and I'm just like, okay, but I have rent. Get the Twin Fairies as well.
Oh, that would be great. Oh yeah, as little dolls. I'm trying to think.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of like props because I'm trying to remember the stuff they sell. Like I know like the Buzz Lightyear ride, they sell like the little guns. I'm trying to think you could have like little super X's or like I just keep envisioning like the little Megalon fish thing because I always wanted one of those as a child.
It looks fun.
I was always so jealous of that child. I was just like, he's got two dads and a fist monster, and like one of them's a race car driver, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh.
The ultimate coolness.
Yeah. Like, wait, are they his dads? I think one of them was his brother or something.
I don't know. It's fun. I've been trying to like go through the movies, like the show era movies, to get inspiration for like to make clothing, and there's no women other than like.
I mean, there's those women in those interesting outfits.
Not real, but yeah, so there's like no like actual live action women in that movie, and I'm just like, that's such a weird thing. But there's really only 5 people, and is there 7 people in that entire movie?
I think so. Let's see, you got the Kenny, and then you got the race car driver, and then you got the guy who makes Jet Jaguar, and then you got the dude who takes over the lab or whatever, and then
there's
the
2
dude who summons Megalon.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And then the 2 people in the truck.
Oh
yeah, but like,
so there's 7.
Yeah. And then it was funny. I forgot what I was watching where they essentially said like, there's the scene where the person's driving a motorcycle, like that's the Seatopia guy, because they're like, oh, we need a stunt double, and he's like, I can ride a motorcycle. It's just like there was just like 6 people on set, and they're like, who can drive a motorcycle? It's like, I can.
All right, I volunteer.
Yeah, I'll be your Alex Trebek American Seatopia man, and then your motorcycle stunt driver man. Like, could you not find anybody else? I did.
A cameo in Police Academy 1.
I did.
Yes, she did that. And a poster in the background. Oh, we don't.
Yeah.
So a poster in the background of the truck that I did not notice until someone pointed it out to me.
I didn't either. Yeah, and there's because I was showing that during our monstrosity scene, but I have like the Woman of Toho books. But there's so many things I didn't notice, and it's probably just the quality of the videos that I was watching. But like, I didn't notice there's like the scene with Katsura has like when her arms cut open, she actually has like wires and stuff in her arm, and I'm like, I never even noticed all of that stuff, and it's just like, it's probably because I could never see any of it because it's a very grainy VHS copy. And that was everything. Those ladies in Seatopia don't count. The other ladies either don't. I'm pretty sure that's from a different movie. Like that has to be something else. With like the weird hats, and then he's just like, yeah, they're.
We have this footage of these women in weird costumes dancing around. How should we use it? Like, oh yeah, we got this Godzilla movie that we're making. I mean, it wasn't originally a Godzilla movie at first, but there's marquee value. So I was like, yeah, just throw that footage in here and call them Seatopians.
I mean, it was the 60s. It kind of reminds me of like those things where you like, not like Austin Powers, where like you just go into a different set as a joke, and there'd just be like this weird scene going on. Be like, oh no, like there's some weird women dancing scene, or like Blazing Saddles, where they just kind of like go through the set, the studio. I'm like, I feel like they filmed that scene like that, where they're like, yeah, this is a lady dancing to statues.
Oh my goodness!
It's like that's it's like, oh yeah, so yeah, that's what it's like. I was very surprised. There's not too many people in Megalon, but yeah, you could even like clothing. You could have like his cool headband. Like he's got like the Megalon headband.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else you could have. It'd probably be easier to have like a Gamera theme park because there's more like little kids in that, so you could be like, oh yeah, like there's this toy there, but like,
oh yeah, and then you can have like parades with the Gamera theme song, Gamera.
Yeah, that one's. You could have the radio from Revenge be like the radio would pretend when he tries to call, what is it, Monster? Is it Monster Island? Is that what he's called? Yeah.
Calling Monster Island.
You could have like an oxygen destroyer replica.
Yeah. Just have that like in the middle of like, I don't know.
That would be like the expensive props, where it's just like, because like when you go to Disney World, there's like everything else, but then there's like the ones that are kind of like behind the glass. You're like, I want that one-to-one scene of the oxygen destroyer. It's just like, yeah, I mean, other than the suits, there's really not like the suits and the ships. There's really not too many cool props that I can think of from Godzilla, other than like obviously the statue from 74.
Yeah, I mean we can maybe put like a maser tank in there or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Those are pretty distinct.
Yeah.
The hand from is it Frankenstein? Like the gargantua hand that everything pops out of. There's like the hand that's crawling in the one scene with was it War Gargantuas? I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Was that in Frankenstein Conquers the World?
I think it's in the sequel because it's whatever the ones that was killed. It was like its hand, and that's what everything came off of. I thought it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. I guess because you said you revisited them recently. What was the last time that you've just kind of like watched? Like, how often do you watch them? Because I know that's one of the things like Matt always kind of says is like, how often do you watch all these movies? But like,
not that often, honestly. Like, I think about like watching like one or two every once in a while, but I don't even remember when's the last time I watched a Godzilla movie. Like, I know we watched Godzilla 2000 on my birthday. That's the last thing I remember. And that was over 6 months ago.
I guess I know I have a weird thing with like I always kind of like having noise on in the background, so I usually will just like or like when I'm making stuff, like when I made my Queen Caesar costume, I just pretty much just had that movie going on repeat. So that was like the 3 years ago, and then like the last G-Fest we had like a Jet Jaguar and then and Batra. So I don't know. I always like having them on in the background. It's kind of like the equivalent of white noise, but like it's a movie. It's like it brings me comfort because I've heard it so many times. Oh
yeah.
Oh, that would be great. The corn in the cob Nerf gun.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun.
There was a. Were you there the year that there was some that cosplays that?
What year was that?
It would have been 18, I think. Or were you there just for 19, or were you there for?
I was there in 2018. Yeah,
because I think she was there for 18. But yeah, she had like the corn cob and everything. Like it was perfect. I was just like, this is amazing. We need more of this. You'll have to cosplay next year when it happens, and it will be all great.
Okay, but what should I cosplay as? Like what or who?
Oh, what do you want? What are you feeling?
I don't know. I mean, the first thing that came to my mind was like as one of the Exilians from freaking Invasion of Astro Monster.
That would be great. You could be what is it? Miss
Namikawa.
Namikawa.
Yeah, I could be Miss Namikawa.
That would be perfect. My friend Sean, he actually did the main one. He did that costume.
Oh, the controller.
Yeah, because he's the one that does like the suits.
I actually saw someone dressed up as the controller, and I filmed him doing like this, like that part where it's like, if you can help, please tell us.
That was probably Sean.
Yeah, I made a short video about G-Fest 2018. It's on my channel. I think you might actually have a cameo in it, but we didn't know each other at the time.
That's a weird thing where it's just like I felt like so our first year was your first year 2018, or did you go the year before?
No, my first year was 2018.
Yeah, so like our first year, that was our first year too, and so we had like randomly just like YouTube searched G-Fest like the year before, and that's how I first like I watched one of Matt's videos. Like that was the only time I'd ever seen him, and then I actually watched one of Kaiju Noir's videos, and there was like this weird thing where they were trying to find him because he wasn't there, and so it's just like it's weird to like I vaguely remember that last time. I'm like, I've met these people now. Like they were my window into us trying to figure out what this whole convention was. But yeah, like that was, and it was really weird because like we'd watched Matt's one video and he was in front of us, in line to go get an autograph or something, and the whole time I'm like, he looks really familiar, and I'm like, I don't know why, and then I'm like, oh, it's because he did that one random YouTube video, and then we didn't realize he had like a bunch of other stuff. But it was like, it's a weird thing to like, that's how we were trying to figure out like what this convention was just like watch random videos from. And then like after it happened, I was trying to watch videos for just to see if I could see people who had like video of my costume. And like, I know that sounds really vain, but it's just like, oh, I was just trying to see some good pictures. Because it was like,
because you were dressed as Queen Seesaw, right?
yes, that was my first year, because that was.
And I think you totally. Hold on, let me see if I can actually pull it up. 1 second.
Because I was actually supposed to be like, I actually wanted to be a professional cosplayer, and then in Vegas that got kind of like pushed down by realizing like what that means and like dealing with stuff I didn't want to have to deal with. So like that G-Fest was supposed to be like my last hurrah. Is like, okay, I'm gonna make this really cool costume, and then I'm never gonna do this again. And then it was like the most amazing thing that had ever happened for me. I was just like, oh, this is really like, people know what I am, and like people are very polite here. Like some of that. It's like weird experience. Oh.
All right, let me just scrub through it.
It's like there's
if I could find the scene where I think you were in it somewhere. I was like around here, maybe. Hold on.
Oh, yep.
There. Is that you?
That is me. Oh, I wish that suit still fit. Oh, that's so fun.
That's.
I was probably just like, who's talking to me? And my head probably hurt. Like I had massive bruises the next day after, because that's like the ears pushed in my head. And so like I kept asking Nick, I'm like, why does my head hurt? He's like, because you had that thing on for like 10 hours yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And it's like because every time I would pull the ears, it would hit my head, because that was like the leverage that made it come off of them. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm almost like, I want to remake that costume, because like after everything I've learned the last couple of years, I'm like, I could make it so much less painful. Like, oh, that is so funny though. Yeah, if you show that one suit, the first suit you showed, that's my friend Sean. He's the one that was the controller. Like you probably have videos of him in his controllers.
Oh,
yeah.
Guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's him. And then he was the one. He's won like national cosplay competitions for his Goji suit, which I think was like the first suit that you showed. Like it's the Kiru suit.
Oh, the Kiru suit. Is that here? Or wait.
It's a Goji Kiru, I think is what it's called.
I'm trying to scrub through here.
There.
Oh,
There.
here. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh, that was amazing. I remember seeing it. Like, oh, that's so impressive.
So, because you have YouTube up, you should. What is it? It's the world cosplay competition, and then if you do Godzilla, because essentially the way they do their costume contest, it's like skits. So essentially, he made his suit, and then his wife, I think it's his wife now, but she was in a Kiru suit. And they did this whole, it was in, I think it's, what is it, World Cosplay Company? Yeah, it's not. Oh, it's that one. It's that one.
This one?
Yeah.
So I've got my essay written,
Advertisement.
and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly.
Shut up.
So if you skip a while, it's him going there, because they hadn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
And then it might be the very end of this whole part. It actually shows their submission. But yeah, it's like, so all this whole costume contest is like people make up these elaborate like skits essentially, and so it's just like, yeah, you got to like truck his whole suit everywhere.
Oh wow.
But he's from Costa Rica, so he's from like, so that suit has been from like, yeah, here it is. This is
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
So it's this whole, yeah.
Holy crap.
And they make it specifically so like there's an angle you watch it from, so like some of the stuff doesn't line up, but if you were like sitting on the level, yeah.
Oh, why wasn't I at this? This looks so cool.
It's people from all over the world. So he was essentially like the representative from, I think technically rope it in with like South America, so it's like people from all over the world. And it's these like elaborate skits that they put together.
And you know this person?
Yeah, so he's the controller. I met him at G Fest. Like,
oh, okay. So we should definitely have something like this at our theme park.
Yes. I'm sure he could probably make all the suits for us. He's remaking that suit again, but he's like the predominant suit person. There's him and there's one other one that lives in California, and I can't remember. I think his name's Matt something, but I was like, I remember watching it, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like, this is what I want to do. So if you're sitting on the ground, it lines up perfectly.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to have something like that
yes.
in our amusement park for sure.
And if you ever need people, like he's a good person to have, and he's always super nice at, like, that was a nice thing about like I said, like, I've done cosplay before at conventions in Vegas and California, and like the one in Chicago was like, everyone was so nice there. Like, there's people there like that I met, and then we went there the next year, and it felt like it had only been like a couple months. We're like, oh yeah, it's like we remembered everybody's name and everybody. It was just, that's what, as much as I know there's been a lot of stuff around G-Fest, but it's like, that's the one thing that still would make me kind of want to go back to do it, because it's just like,
yeah, I want to go to G-Fest. Like, I want to meet my friends in person.
I know, like it's gonna be like way cooler now, because it's like now I actually know, like
I actually know people and people know me, so it'll be more fun.
Like, I guess Matt. That's what Matt always makes fun of me for, because it's like me and my husband become really good friends with Kaiju Noir, and it's just like he's like, he was there, and I'm like, I didn't know he was there. Like, I'm still convinced. Like, I always joke that him and Scry don't have legs because I've never seen them. Like, I'm like, they could be goat people or centaurs for all I know. Like, I've only just seen like this part of them. Like, that'd be great. Oh,
awesome.
I did. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then Nick cosplayed as, he was Mothra, but he was Mothra Man. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it was fun. It was like playing dress up. It was great. Yeah,
so I should cosplay as someone, maybe as Miss Namikawa or something.
We could do that. That'd be great. I was trying to figure out that costume earlier, but I'm like, it's a lot of leather, and I'm like, I don't know.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, like, we have to make sure the air conditioning situation is a lot better than it was the other years around.
So, what should the name of our theme park be?
I think Goji Land. Goji Land.
Yeah, something simple like that. I was thinking something more complicated, like Godzilla World, giant monsters, all out fun.
Oh, that would be great too. Like, I can't even think of what the acronym for, like, GW. Yeah.
Golf.
Zilla Funland. That would be
Zilla Funland.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm just sad this isn't a real thing, that we don't get to go
I know. Let's make it a real thing.
Yes,
we can totally make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know some people.
I don't know if they're the right people. We figured it out. Great.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Be like Inner Lands of Disneyland. I'm sure Disney. What is it? Well, Disney had to start with something. We just figured.
Yes. All right, that was fun.
Yes.
That was fun. All right, so I think we can call it here. I think we had a good time.
Yes, that was amazing.
All right, so you ready to plug your stuff? What you got going on?
Yeah, so I got the Review Roulette Podcast. We're coming back with episodes this Tuesday. We watched Sonic with Alexander the Swell and Kaiju Noir. We picked that movie because that was the last movie we saw in movie theater, so we figured we would come back with that. So that's coming out Tuesday, and then the beginning of next year, I'll have a women's fashion line that is inspired by the women of the Showa era Godzilla movie. So that'll be hopefully fun. It'll be fun and exciting. And then there's a men's line that's an ultra line. So that'll be fun. I've never done any of this stuff before. So I'm just like, yeah, it's going to happen. It's like, hopefully. Yeah. So we got like,
it's going to happen. I hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. I bought stuff. So hopefully something comes up. Got a lot
I hope so, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. It's like, I'm excited for that. Cause that was one of the things, like, why I said like G-Fest was a really fun thing. Because it's like, it was very fun, but I'm like, there wasn't anything there that I ever wanted to buy other than like figures, but I'm just like, everybody's got the only way you can express your love of Godzilla apparently is just have like a t-shirt of the movie poster. And apparently that's it. Like there's no other way.
We can do other things. Other things are good.
Yeah, it's just like I want other things. I want other means to do that. So yeah, that was one of the big like inspiring things from, and like especially being a woman, it's just like I don't want to wear a t-shirt. Like I want cool things. Like they always say that we're not here, but maybe if you made cool stuff for us, we'd wear it and you would see it.
Yeah. Like I have Godzilla t-shirts, but they're like made for men, and I like the V-neck ones.
Yeah, there's like, and then like it was a really weird discussion I was trying to have with Titan Goji because he does really cool. Like I have like the
otaku. I have his Team Godzilla shirt. That's a V-neck, which I love.
I was trying to explain like, yeah, you like usually women like having like the logo like up top because like if you have like a long one, sometimes like the middle part of it can like disappear, like get folded under, and I was just like, there's this weird thing where I'm like, this dude's like 18. I don't know if I want to have this discussion. So I was trying to tell him like, you could have like some like logos up top and do different things where it's just like, there's some things where like, yeah, the poster ones, like I think I have like two, and I have like a bunch of t-shirts. I even tried to like cut them differently or like bring them in. It's still just like, I want cooler stuff. Like I want like dresses and shirts and skirts and accessories that are all different. So it's just like, yeah, that's what we're coming out with that. So it'll be like hair accessories and shirts and skirts and dresses and all sorts of fun and exciting things, hopefully, that will be available hopefully at G-Fest if all things go to plan. And then so that's coming out. And then yeah, review for the podcast, and then we're gonna do more like YouTube stuff coming up pretty soon. So yeah, lots of fun and exciting things coming out now that I've moved and I'm free. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, thank you for having me on. This was so much fun.
This was so much fun. Thank you for coming on.
I'm just sad we don't get to go to our park now.
Someone help us make the park happen. We'll start a GoFundMe.
We need Jiminy Cricket in here to make a wish.
Well, thank you, Lora, for coming onto my stream. Very, very nice having you. Always a pleasure. And to you watching at home, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to hang out with me and my lovely guest. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the stream if you had a good time. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.